The outrage growing over a staggering number of horses dying at one of the most famous racetracks in the world, Santa Anita.
In Southern California, an unusual number of thoroughbreds have been injured recently and then put down.
Santa Anita opened in 1934. That middle video you saw was of Arms Runner, a horse who fell during a race, sustaining a catastrophic injury to his right front leg and was euthanized. This marked the 23rd horse dying at the park since December 26. COO of the Strom Group, who owns the track, Tim Ritvo, stated, "We know what the stakes are and understand that we might be the place that kills horse racing in California. Yes, we are worried, but we are confident that the track is safe. We got to keep our doors open." No, you damn well do not. But let's keep it real. If the dead presidents pour into the sport, let alone Santa Anita, what does another death matter to the pockets of owners, breeders, and even trainers? According to the New York Times, nearly $12 billion are bet annually at North American racetracks. Santa Anita is not exempt, nor is Churchill Downs, one of 3 legs in the chase for the Triple Crown. The home of the Kentucky Derby has lost 43 thoroughbreds to racing injuries since 2016, a 2.42 per 1,000 start average that was 50% higher than the national average during the same 3-year span. The highest death rate was Hawthorne Racecourse in Illinois. You see, horses may continue to die, but as long as folks gamble, like how on-track wagering has declined for 6 straight years in the US, but off-track betting has risen 4 years in a row. It's just another notch on the desensitized belt for riches. Patrick Botuello, founder of HorseRacingWrongs.com, told the Courier-Journal, "They can't stop the killing. It's inherent. Even if they were to mitigate it a little bit, they can't get it to zero. What's the acceptable loss ratio? Things are changing. It's always been reported as a sport, but in the end, it's animal exploitation and it's got to go. So what's the solution? Some have pointed to safer tracks, and the data backs it up. Synthetic race tracks have produced fewer fatalities per start than have dirt surfaces. Over a decade, the difference is 50%, 1.2 per 1,000 starts to 1.8 per 1,000 starts. Still, as the Washington Post wrote, they are now changing medication rules and reducing the use of the whip and examining track surfaces, but this is nothing more than shuffling deck chairs on the backstretch of a moribund industry. Besides being imperiled by other forms of gambling, horse racing should be felled by a simple moral fact. It's just plain wrong. However, my question is, what will it take? It took the unfortunate death of the iconic Dale Earnhardt, who was not wearing a full-face helmet, for NASCAR to implement mandated headgear for drivers. In 2011, the Giants' Buster Posey shattered his leg for the masses to see, and baseball followed suit with a change. Abusive videos of animals forced the Ringling Brothers to close its circus doors. Blackfish showed the treatment of whales and deep-sea creatures. Must we witness another horse racing fall on national television for these atrocities to end? In California, it would take 600,000 signatures on a petition to prompt a ballot initiative on whether horse racing should continue to exist. That's a start, but it's not the finish line. Horses are not bred to run. They are involuntarily drugged, moved, whipped, and enslaved to run. The theme remains and will always remain. Horse racing is a sport orchestrated by the rich to deepen their pockets at the expense of unwilling participants. The time is now for Santa Anita. The doors should close. Change.org has a petition. Sign it. We'll throw the link in the description. This is not sane. It is not humane. It is cruel. And it should end before more horses meet their demise. If you'd like to hear more thought-provoking content like TYT Sports on Facebook and to help in my journey to keep media independent, go to tyt.com/Rick.